watching Terry McLaurin. He had a standout game 1 week ago with 3 touchdown catches. It's the Jags and the Vikings, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
The calendar may say autumn, but temperatures are still pretty sweltering here in North Florida. But the good news, the radar is clear. Still, hydration will be key today at TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Minnesota Vikings and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Vikings coming into play. Their offense is a unit that's not afraid to take chances out there, but not always for the better. What do you see them trying to do here?
I think they'll continue to take those chances, Brandon, but to me, they have to do it in a measured way. And what I mean by that, they can't just come into a game and throw caution to the wind and just say we're going to run a bunch of gadget plays, a lot of reverses, end arounds, all of those things. They've got to identify the spots where they want those plays to pay off, which means you have to set them up. And then when they present themselves, take full.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here's the first drive down for the Jags. Leading them out is the Austin, Texas native at quarterback. It's Baker Mayfield. Mayfield to throw on the first play. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. He's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. But Baker Mayfield only 6'1", but he can certainly sling it. And we saw evidence of that right there.
And that's how you start a drive, because you know they have this play in their back pocket, waiting for the right time to unleash it. And boy, did they pick the right opportunity. Unleashed it big time, and that was also a big-time throw.
Mayfield on first down. Open man right side is Ingram. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. This defense for the Vikings, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. He couldn't get away there on third down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
That sack there, that likely brings out the field goal unit, so they might have to settle for 3 here on their opening drive.
They did some nice things getting things started there, moving the ball downfield, but taking that sack on third down, it lets the air out of the momentum balloon just a little bit.
Santos' kick is up and through. The Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead.
I think we can safely say they came out to be aggressive on the opening series, Charles. They didn't run the ball once. All that passing, it does get them the 3-0 lead.
And then what we saw there, partner, was a true definition of football balance, which means doing what you want to, when you want to on offense. And in this case, it was throwing the football. They may mix in running the football a little bit more as this game goes on. But this opening drive, while it stalled out, it still gave them 3 points.
So here's the Viking offense making their way out.
They'll be led out by a former most valuable player of the National Football League, the always dangerous Lamar Jackson.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. Now they'll pitch it out here. No gain on the play there. Second down. Now they'll pitch it out here. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out. Didn't give them a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
How about the coverage we just saw him break out on third down? Dive defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. And he is going to pick up the Vikings first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Hands it off out of the... And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Jags grab it.
This drive didn't end well, but if they can keep stringing these together, they'll like what they're...
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need...
After review of the play, ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter play. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. And now Jackson will look to throw it. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. On the left hash, officially, it's called a 51-yard attempt. He's got the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. That's so frustrating for an offense, especially on the road. You put together a great drive, but in the end, you come away with nothing.
And it kind of silenced the crowd a little, too. But few things wake them up quite like a missed field goal.
So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get him 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. Mayfield completes it to Evan Ingram. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 36 yards on the play.
You ask tight ends about their favorite routes to run, and surprisingly, this will pop up as one of their staples because they run so many routes in the middle of the field. How about this one? Starts downfield, bends it to the corner, great touch on the football, and they turn that one into a big play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Mayfield. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. And oh, it's blocked. This is going the other way. But he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I know it's easy to kind of shrug off a blocked extra point, but this game is shaping up to be a tight one. The second half, this could prove crucial.
Yeah, we might look back on this one. We'll have to wait and see. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. And the Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down. Here we go on 4th down. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now they'll pitch it out here. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Well, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Here's Jackson to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown. A great effort there. 62 yards. And the Vikings have got it back to within a score. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is down to 2. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's polished off by a Viking score. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over.
Well, the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. To throw, Mayfield. Wide open receiver, complete.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Mayfield on play action. Steps away to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half. Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd. To try again after the sack. Mayfield, and he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Now Mayfield, and he'll just get rid of it.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Santos' kick is up and through. And that will push the lead up to 12-7.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell us end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now Jackson on 1st down. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. And with just 4 seconds left in this 1st half, a timeout call. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this 1st half of play.
Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the 3rd quarter.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter.
And this will not be returned, so the 2nd half begins with a touchback. And the Vikings set to go on offense to begin the 3rd quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Real quick.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Jackson. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means he'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now it's Jackson. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Vikings.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard, where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
They'll try and run it here.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one better than 20 miles an hour.
So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
From a yard or two deep, here comes the return. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2.
And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they're going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
The Jaguars back with it on offense.
They go play action. Mayfield.
He'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson.
He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well run route.
Mayfield's throw into the hands of McLaurin. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And he's top 5 in the league in terms terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
And it's intercepted.
Picked off by Lewis Seen. And the Vikings are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Now they'll pitch it out here. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. If they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. 4th down, here's Jackson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the offense will recover, but it won't make much difference here. This will still be a turnover on downs. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Terry McLaurin, his 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Jaguars are back within a score.
This time, the extra point up and go. And the lead is down to a field goal. A nice, tidy little drive there. Getting the ball in excellent field position. And only one play to score it.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. They remain perfect in this game on 4th down conversion, CD. They're 4 of 4.
And Brandon, it looks like they're taking a lot of chances here, but these are calculated gambles. They feel like they had something planned, something set based on what they've seen on tape that they can go ahead and exploit.
57 yards for him on the ground now on that, his 20th carry of the ball game.
First down, they'll go to the ground attack. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. Back now in Jacksonville. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. Now they'll pitch it out here. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. Now they'll pitch it out here. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on second down. Now they'll pitch it out here. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. The Vikings on third down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 11. Now they'll pitch it out here. And he is going to lose yardage here. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Mayfield off the play fake. And the catch made by Walters. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Play fake. Mayfield. That's out wide here for Robinson. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Evan Ingram, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Santos with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And Evan Ingram able to finish it off with a touchdown reception. From the 6. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. The bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the opportunity to regain the lead right back.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Here's Jackson.
And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Jackson to throw.
Going down the middle, and it's complete.
And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a nice job right there, partner, because they were able to work down the middle of the field, working in the seams, because I think defensively they were guarding the sidelines, trying to keep them from getting out of bounds. They took what they gave them, and it was successful.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
Jackson.
Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. 19 yards that time for number 19.
Throwing. Jackson.
And incomplete on the deep ball. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You have to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
Jackson.
Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late-game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. So that drive goes 8 plays.
And it was all capped off by Justin Jefferson's touchdown reception.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining.
One last shot for Mayfield here. This for all the marbles.
And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over.